Have you ever invested time, money, or energy into something only to realize later that it didn't truly fulfill you? Jesus told a parable about a man who came to that realization, only it was too late for him to change. I want to read from you a story from Luke chapter 16, verses 19 through 26. Luke writes, "There was a rich man who was dressed in purple and in fine linen, who feasted sumptuously every day. And at his gate lay a poor man named Lazarus, covered with sores, who longed to satisfy his hunger with what fell from the rich man's table. Even the dogs would come and lick his sores. The poor man died and was carried away by the angels to be with Abraham. The rich man also died and was buried. In Hades, where he was, being tormented, he looked up and he saw Abraham far away with Lazarus by his side. He called out, 'Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am in agony in these flames.' But Abraham said, 'Child, remember that during your lifetime you received your good things, and Lazarus in like manner evil things. But now he is comforted here, and you are in agony. Besides all of this, between you and us is a great chasm that has been fixed, so that those who might want to pass from here to you cannot do so, and no one can cross from there to us.'" The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Now, this story has a lot of powerful imagery and can come across a lot like Dante's Inferno, of just like there's fiery flames and torture, and it can be a lot. But I just want us to pause to reflect on the bigger picture of this story, which is that in this story, Jesus shows us this powerful vision of what truly holds value. The rich man lived a life of luxury, spending his money on comfort, security, and indulgence. But in the afterlife, everything he'd invested in was worthless. He didn't even have the simplest comfort of a drink of water. His wealth couldn't buy him peace, mercy, or even a way to reach across the chasm between him and Lazarus. Now, this chasm wasn't new. It already existed while they were both alive. During his life, the rich man had separated himself from Lazarus by walls and a gate. The rich man ignored Lazarus' suffering even as Lazarus lay at his doorstep, longing for scraps from his table. Even the rich man's dog showed more compassion than the rich man had. They tended to Lazarus' wounds while the rich man just looked the other way. Now, in the reversal of the afterlife, the chasm remains, but the rich man finds himself on the wrong side this time, wishing he had lived differently and wishing for a little comfort. Jesus' message here challenges us to look closely at our own lives. What are we investing in? Are we pursuing things that bring comfort and status, but leave us empty when it truly matters? Or are we investing in values like compassion, justice, and generosity, things that connect us to others and to God? Take some time to examine your own chasm. What do you value most? And does your spending reflect that? Are you investing in things that align with God's heart, or are you overlooking what truly sustains and fulfills? In this parable, Lazarus longed for the scraps that fell from the rich man's table, the scraps that the rich man treated as a nuisance to be swept away. He overlooked the value of what he had, ignoring how even a small act of kindness could have brought comfort to Lazarus. It is easy to treat parts of our lives like scraps, seeing them as insignificant, but sometimes those small things that we overlook hold great value, both to us and to those in need. As you reflect, consider how much your spending and your use of resources reflect what you truly value. What would it look like to align your finances with values that bring life, compassion, and justice, rather than comfort alone? This week, let's make this reflection practical. Set aside some time to write down and answer 3 questions. 1, what do I truly value, and does my spending reflect that? 2, How much of my resources go towards supporting others versus my own comfort? And 3, what changes can I make to support those people and things that are valuable to me? Choose one specific action this week to help align your spending with values like compassion and justice. This might look like redirecting a small luxury towards the support of a local charity or just someone in your life that you might give an act of kindness to. Let this be an opportunity to close any chasms or gaps in our lives that matter by investing in what truly matters. And so take that vantage point, look across the chasm to see where there might be space for you to include and to increase the justice, the compassion, and the kindness, the kinds of values you want to live out in this world. And let us make use of the time we currently have to accomplish those things. Let's not wait. Let's do those things now. And so may God give you wisdom to see where true value lies, courage to make the changes that bring you closer to His heart, and grace to bridge the chasms in your life through compassion and generosity. Let's close with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.